So, at the time of recording this should be kind of a test before I start a series episode. That sounds weird, but I promise that I did my best to try and prepare for this properly, even though the preparations are not complete themselves. So, I'll explain after we get to the timestamps, but as we have Exquisite Taste Kitarufu, and actually, for this series, we can't play on random item stats. Am I on Harbinger of Doom difficulty? I guess we're going to find out. So, for timestamp's sake, as we get to, never mind, I have to reset. But, yeah, the reason why I'm... So, in a recent episode, I mentioned that I swerved on the series I wanted to do for World of Horror moving forward. There's a reason for that. It's because I don't even want to say the series because it was really not great, I think. And so it'll go unsaid. So, without further ado, for timestamp's sake, as we get into Kitarufu, Exquisite Taste, not Nurse Miku, but hey, we're going to be working with a weapon here. And the oh my goodness, my pronunciation. The concept behind this series is taking this weapon, essentially conceptually a weapon, and basically going through a number of runs with it. However, I wanted to kind of test out the current stats that it has and see how viable it is with all of the custom content that I'm planning to use. And really, it's just everything you've seen before in the past 100 videos. But as you get strength, as we get strength, light, second encounter, knowledge, second mystery, and Takushi-san. The reason why I might sound a bit tired is because I've been using my voice a lot in the past 6 hours. So some of those are failed recordings because I wanted to test something out. Not on World of Horror, it was a completely different game. But as we get into this one, I'll see what I actually do. I think I have this series 75% complete in my head. And again, I'll mention this more probably later in this video if I remember what I want to say. Kana arms Shiba's Akamanto and Auteur. So we will take Kana first. And I will get to explaining in a moment. But to kind of go over just at least the weapon we're working with, in this case it's called the Timeworn Katana. You'll notice this is just the same exact image for the katana that I used for the odd katana, which I've shown you before. But yeah, 3 damage, 85 speed is quite not great with a 65% chance to hit. That's really not great, but again, for the purposes of testing things out, I want to see what I can do with this weapon. You'll also note it's a dexterity weapon as well. That I wanted to maybe think about changing, but I kind of wanted to explore more perm mechanics before I did that. In fact, there was some... No, I'm not going to say that. There's a lot of ideas on my notes right now and in my head, but all you need to know is that I'm testing things out, which is why we're doing this. I know I said that before, I just wanted to make sure I said it after the timestamp so that you know what I'm thinking about. And again, we're trying to carry this basically complete. This katana is the thought behind the series, but again, just at base, or at least for no other reason than to have actual physical proof, I wanted to go through a full run with this, because going through a half of a run is should be more than enough information, but just wanted to be safe, especially depending on the difficulty of the run, which if you have Kana in your run, yeah, their presence makes your run a lot easier. So them mitigating 1 damage does a lot for the run. That's our base World of Horror advice for the day. And more generally, if you have a source, if you have something that decreases damage taken, it's very good. So you would have to lose like 20% Doom for that to not be a good trade-off. Probably like a little less would still not be great, but you get what I'm trying to get at this point. So we're gonna do Akamanto now. I did have the police station, right? Yeah, I did. So Max Mansion, Max Village. I don't remember my thingamajiggies, my mysteries at the moment. But for the police patrols, we're just going to put them in the school for the moment. Now, with 3 damage and a relatively slower weapon, this isn't going to be great for me, but let's find out in our first encounter. So, yeah, 4 damage on a strong is not great. And the accuracy, part of it is coming from this Vengeful Athlete's 30 power, but the other side of that is the lower accuracy, I believe. Yeah, 65 accuracy is, I think it's just a bit below average, but we'll work with it. Now, we do really need to hit these attacks, so I got really lucky flipping 2 coins there relatively, but as we continue onward, yeah, prep strong here is not great either. So one of the soft rules going into this series, or that I plan to go into this, because I know I want to do this series. I want to do a series on basically just playing around with perm and a weapon that basically evolves, but I had to focus for a moment. But the amount of damage I'm doing is not great, basically. So, and I'm not allowed to basically switch a weapon. That was what I was actually trying to get at. So, as we do continue onward here, yeah, so a kind of way to cheese the quote-unquote challenge, I guess I'm planning to do, you can call it a challenge, is that you could swap out the weapons, but if I don't allow that, then shrug, right? Now, I could tie a mechanic to the weapon. That was one of the alternatives that I want to do. It's probably going to be better than trying to manage things in meta format and just take notes and try to remember as the series goes on. But, yeah, there's not really much else to say. It may or may not work. We're actually going to take 10 Doom here, because that will help out the adrenaline a lot. I was also planning to play with base characters, but that means I would have to somehow give them this Timeworn Katana somehow. But, as we enter Akamanto here, yeah, this is not going to go well. We do get 3 attacks off. The problem is that we need to hit 2 of these. So, yeah, I mean, I won a double coin flip. I was going to miss 3 coin flips at some point. So I think we're actually dead here. And this is kind of what I mean by not just this weapon, but 3 damage weapons in particular. Now, the speed, of course, is a very, very damaging factor. If I did not have the speed as... If it was actually a 3 damage faster weapon, even though it was 72 speed, I promise you the extra 1 or 2 attack boost would mean a lot. But since we're stuck here now, I don't know if there's a way out, because I did what I did. So, we have to go for a dodge. Can we even dodge? Also, something to note is that yeah, I could kick in combat, but so the other limiting factor before I basically die here, and that's pretty much going to be the end of the video, I would do a third mystery as per my soft rule, but yeah, this should be more than enough proof as to maybe I should make this a 4 damage weapon. Yeah, that's probably going to be a better idea. So let's see here. I think we just throw out this dodge and hope. So 50% into 80%, and if nothing else, this is the end of the video.